Welcome to this gentle evening ease yoga practice. I'm Sam. And so this is the bookend to the morning grace yoga practice. So the end of your day, starting to wind down, relax, really move into that state of ease before you transition into sleep or the rest of your evening. From that place of centeredness and calm. And for this one, maybe grab a pillow or a cushion. You might want it for a half pigeon, maybe not. But if you have one, it can be nice to have that handy. So you can place that somewhere on your mat. Then we're going to begin this one laying down on our backs. So as you're ready, come to lay down onto your back. And you can either stretch your legs long, finding a shavasana, or if you prefer, maybe bringing the soles of your feet together and letting your knees fall apart. We are going to be working with the hips a little bit this evening, so you might like to already gently start to open them up by placing the soles of your feet together and taking this option. It's entirely your choice. You're taking your time to settle in, find some stillness. Letting your hands rest alongside your body, and closing down your eyes whenever you feel ready. Finding yourself in the space. The invitation is to begin to find yourself here. Landing into the space that you're in, onto your mat. Really connecting in. Maybe this is the first time in your day that you really stopped and found some stillness. Taking a moment to reconnect to yourself. Maybe noticing if there are any emotions or sensations that are present. Simply observing them without any judgment. And allowing yourself to become aware of what is here, where you're at, without getting caught up in stories, or running away with thoughts. And simply noticing. Noticing where you are, and how you are. You can meet your body as it is in this moment. Letting go of the day that's already happened. Letting go of everything that might still be to come. And see if you can sink into the present. Sinking into your body. Becoming aware of your body, the surface of the mat. Grounded. Connected to the earth. Finding ease in your body, relaxing all the muscles. You might even gently scan your body and observe if there's anywhere you're holding some tightness, some tension. And let it go. And let's take 3 releasing breaths here. Remembering that every exhalation is an opportunity to let something go. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And a big exhale out your mouth. Releasing, breathing in. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. One more time. Feeling the heaviness of your body. Right here. Let's take a few deep belly breaths here. We're transitioning into some movement. So beginning to draw your breath deeper into your belly. And exhaling as you let yourself melt into the floor, finding a sense of release. Let's take 3 more deep belly breaths. Letting your breath anchor you in the present moment. Anchoring you into your body. And last one. And then from here, keeping your eyes closed if you can. Then to draw your knees inward together and bringing them in toward your chest. And you might interlace your fingers over your shins and gently rock from side to side. Massaging your lower back, and kidneys. You could also draw some circles here if you prefer. Lightly massaging your lower back. Reversing the circles if you are making some circular movement. Coming back to stillness somewhere in the center. Start to keep your right knee in toward your chest and release your left leg long along the ground. And gently start to draw your right knee in toward your right shoulder. You might hold stillness here. Or you could also draw some circles through your right hip. How big or how small you like to draw those circles. It's up to you. Noticing for yourself what your body wants and needs. Always working from that place. A connected, embodied place. And you could continue moving here, or maybe taking a half happy baby. So you could catch your right foot from the outside, maybe the ankle. You could even hold the knee. And start to draw your right knee in toward your right armpit. And if you feel your left hip bone lifting up, or the left side lifting, you can gently place your left hand over your left hip to keep that anchored. Exploring some openness through your hip. And connected to your breath. And taking one more breath cycle here. And from here, we're going to start to stretch your right foot long, right leg long rather. Point the toes. And you can interlace your hands either behind your thigh, maybe walking them somewhere up the calf, maybe toward the ankle. So to point and flex your foot here. So we're working on opening up the right hamstring. Maybe as you inhale, pointing your toes. And as you exhale, flexing your foot. Breathing in, point. And exhale, flex. One more. And then gently draw your right knee in toward your chest. And take the outside of the right knee with the left hand. And start to roll your right knee toward the left side of your body. And you can bring your right arm out toward the right, either in a T shape or to a cactus. And keeping your right shoulder grounded. You can always place a pillow underneath your right knee. Your right knee might be hovering here, maybe touching the ground. Exploring this supine twist variation. And taking one more breath here. As you're ready, come back through center and switching sides. Bringing your left knee in toward your chest, drawing it toward your left shoulder. You might hold it in stillness here. Again, maybe finding movement. So that could be drawing circles or rocking from side to side, the knee, using any tension in the left hip. Noticing if you're still breathing smoothly, connected. And then either staying here or taking a half happy baby with the left side. And bringing your hand towards your foot or your shin, your knee. And then for a little bit of support, you might place your right hand over your right hip bone. And gently finding a sense of anchoring there on that side. And working at bringing your left knee toward your left armpit. And feel free to sigh out your mouth with any of your exhalations. Let's take one more breath here. And bringing that knee back through center. Starting to stretch the left leg long, maybe pointing and flexing the toes. And finding a place along the back of your left leg that you'd like to place your hands. And if you want to add the breath, you might inhale to point your toes. And exhale, flexing your foot. We'll take one more breath here. And slowly releasing the knee in towards your chest. Take the outside of the left knee with your right hand. And gently draw your left knee toward the right side. And bringing your left hand to a T or a cactus. Maybe gazing toward your left. And if your cushion or something's handy, you could rest your left knee onto that. Maybe it's already grounded or could be hovering. Letting your left shoulder melt into the mat. You open across the chest and gently twist through the spine. Let's take one more round of breath here. And gently coming through center. You bring both knees in toward your chest and then let them fall to one side. It doesn't matter which, left or right. We're going to gently press ourselves up to an all fours position. So finding your way there and coming into an all fours. Before we move through a few rounds of cat and cow, taking another variation here. And setting your wrists under your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And take an inhale in center. And then as you exhale, start to draw your left hip forward and look back behind you towards your left. Inhale through center. And exhale, we twist through the side body to the right. So right hips drawing forward, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale through center. And exhale. And compressing through each side of the body with every exhalation. Maybe noticing some sensation in the side of your body as you find that contraction, compression on your exhale. Let's take one more on each side. Making sure that you finish on your right side. Maybe that's an extra one for you. Coming to find your way back into a neutral all fours. And on your next inhale, starting to drop your belly, tilting your pelvis out, lifting your heart, head lift. And exhale, press the ground away, navel to spine, and lift through the upper back. Inhaling, arching your back. And exhale, rounding your back. Let's move through these ones extra slow this evening. Resisting the urge to speed up. See if you can really feel every vertebrae as you move here. And feeling into those sensations in the spine. If you've been sitting at a desk all day, found yourself being quite still all day, this can feel really nice to release your spine. Two more. Coming back through center whenever you're ready. You can step your hand, one handprint further forward. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips back toward your hands. And slowly start to lift yourself up into a downward facing dog. And start to pedal out through your feet. Maybe observing, you've already done a hamstring stretch, so maybe find a little bit more length through the backside of your legs. You can feel nice to pedal out through your heels. And then as you breathe in on your next inhalation, let's take our right leg all the way up to the sky. Ooh, straight into the plant, stretching it up. And holding here for a moment, find length through that leg. And take another breath in. And then as you exhale, start to open that hip. As you're opening your right hip, you might even gaze into your left hand. You might be able to see your right foot. And if you notice you're opening up to the right side with your upper body, see if you can keep your shoulders square. As you open up your right hip. And taking one more breath like this. And let's take an inhale through center, find length. And then exhale, draw your shoulders over your wrists and step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. So to lower your left knee and untuck the toes. Just pause here for a minute. You might be on your fingertips. Your hand palms might be grounded. Wherever you are, keep your heart lifted. You can either hold stillness or sway a little bit from side to side. Feeling into the sensation in your right hip here. Maybe closing your eyes for a moment. And you might stay here if you like. You can ground your left hand. Place your right hand on the inside of your right leg. Maybe rolling onto the outer edge of your right foot. Let you gently press away with your right hand. You're opening your hip a little bit more here. And again, either finding stillness or if you prefer, maybe gently moving, gently pulsing here. One more breath cycle. And then slowly start to heel toe your right foot into the center of your mat. So framing your right foot. And then as you inhale, start to raise your arms up. And then exhale, circle your arms behind you and interlace your fingers. And take a breath in, lift through your heart space, drawing your hip bones together. And then exhale, sinking your hips deep. Again, if you have been at a computer, it can feel so nice to squeeze your shoulder blades together here. And so often really rounded, so it can be so freeing for the upper part of our body to find that space. And staying for one more breath like this. And then as you breathe in, to frame your front foot, pick up the back leg. And then as you exhale, stepping back and downward facing dog. And take a deep breath in here. And a slow, full exhalation. And taking your left toes up toward the sky, avoiding the tulips. And keep stretching that leg long here. Find length. And take another inhale. And then as you exhale, scorpion tail. So you're opening your left hip this time, drawing your left foot toward your glute. And you might be able to look under your right shoulder and see your left foot. And then notice if you're opening up towards your left, your chest is opening. See if you can bring it back through center so it's square. You're only opening through your hip. And taking another breath here. And your next inhalation, really stretch long through your left leg. And then as you exhale, your shoulders move over your wrists and step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. And lower your knee, untuck your toes. Just sink your hips forward. And you might be on the palms of your hands or higher up on your fingertips. Noticing whatever feels more comfortable for you. And again, option to maybe close your eyes and embody some stillness. Or if you like, finding gentle movement. Maybe gently shifting your body a little bit, side to side. This evening practice is all about releasing, relaxing, letting go of tension, finding ease. Observing for yourself what can best help you connect into that. Find ease. And then either staying here or placing your right hand down on the mat, rolling onto the outer edge of your left foot, and maybe taking your left hand on the inside of your left thigh. You might gently start to press your hip open a little bit more. Maybe gazing up. Letting in a little bit of a twist through the body. Forgot to mention, but if you have sensitive knees here, you can always use a blanket underneath your knees, your back leg. Taking one more breath here. And gently start to walk your left toe, so heel toe to the center. Framing your front foot so to sink your hips. And then as you breathe in, raising up, low lunge. Breathing out, interlace your fingers behind your back. Cross the opposite thumb over to the one that feels strange. Inhale, send your hands down. Create vibrancy, lift through your heart. And exhale, let's sink into our hips. You might notice quite an intense sensation in your right hip flexor here. So the top of your right thigh, where it's connected to your groin. Drawing your shoulder blades inwards. Still keeping that drawstring sensation between your hip bones. Taking one more breath here. And then let's slowly release the hands back down. Inhaling, tucking the right toes, lifting the right knee. And exhale back, downward facing dog. And either staying here for a few breaths or maybe coming into a child's pose. So bringing your knees wide, big toes together, and sinking your hips back toward your heels. And grounding through your forehead. And so do walk your fingertips a little bit further forward as you slide your shoulder blades down your back. See if you can create a little bit more space through your lower back here. And then landing the palms down. Either staying in center or lifting your forehead up a little bit. And then to walk to one side of your body, either left or right, your choice. Laying your torso over whichever side you've walked to. For me, it's the left leg. And making sure your opposite hip bone is still staying grounded. So notice if it's starting to lift off. And you press the ground away and send it back. Take an inhale. And a full exhale. Let's come back through center and shift to the opposite side. Laying your torso over the leg, the side you're reaching to. Feeling a stretch through the side of your body. And again, noticing if your opposite hip bone is lifting up and sending it back down. And let's come back through center. Taking one last grounding breath here. And slowly lifting yourself back up. You'll bring your knees back in, tuck your toes, and start to lift your hips again, downward facing dog. And from here, start to bring your gaze forward, really slowly. To walk your feet toward your hands. Coming to set them hip width apart. And then interlace your hands behind your lower back, keeping your knees bent. And start to send your arms long and up and over your head as you bow over your legs. You're melting your upper body toward your legs. And your head folding toward the earth. Maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. And continuing to broaden your collarbones by drawing your shoulder blades together. Supporting your lower back by generously bending your knees. Taking your hands to the floor, bend your knees. And see how slowly you can roll up here. Tucking your chin and bending your knees. Taking as much time as you can. Really roll up through your spine. And feeling each vertebrae stack on top of the next. Until you come to land into your mountain pose, in Tadasana. And just roll the shoulders out a couple of times here. And then you can interlace your fingers. Send them up and over your head. Send your shoulders down. Take an inhale, grow tall. And then exhale, stretching toward the left side. So you're opening up through the right side of your body. And notice if you're crowding your ears with your arms. Send the shoulders back down. Let's inhale through center. And exhale, moving to the other side. Keep opening through your heart. And take one more breath here. Inhale through center. And exhale, releasing your hands. And we'll flow through one round of sun salutation variation. Breathing in, take your arms out wide. Let your palms connect over your head. Gaze up. And then exhale, slide your palms, melting your heart down and forward toward the earth. Forwarding, fold forward. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, find length through your spine. And pause for the exhale. Let's pause here for another breath. Inhale, send the crown of your head long. Hip bones move back. And exhale. One more breath in. And then exhale, ground your hands and step back. High plank. And lower your knees to the mat. And take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, lower your torso all the way to the floor and untuck your toes. Now bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and come into a Sphinx pose. So your forearms are parallel, your elbow and your shoulder is aligned. Really press the ground away here as you root through your hip bones. You might even feel that sensation as you press your hip bones into your mat. Opening your chest. Let's take one more breath cycle like this. And take an inhale again, find a little bit more opening. And exhale, sliding down. And place your forehead on your hands for a moment and just pause here. And you can place your hands underneath your shoulders. Slowly start to lift yourself back up and send your hips back toward your heels for a moment. And then slowly raising yourself back up into your downward facing dog. And let's inhale, raise your right leg up to the sky, stretch it long. And then exhale, open your hip. Inhale, straighten the right leg long. Hips parallel. And then exhale, shoulders over wrists. Place your right foot on the outside of your right hand again. And lower your left knee down, untuck your left toes. Now this time, you could stay here, or you might start to bring your forearms down, maybe onto a prop if you have one. Or maybe your forearms come all the way down onto your mat. And you're turning your right toes out. You could even roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. So your choice. And again, possibly staying in stillness. Or if you like, maybe finding those gentle waves of sensation. Slightly moving. Lizard pose. Deep hip opener. Let's take one more breath like this. Slowly, if you're down, press yourself back into your hands. Move a prop if you have one. And then as you inhale, start to stretch your right arm forward and back behind you. And then as you exhale, either staying here, sinking into your hips, or maybe bending at your left leg. And you might start to draw your left knee in toward you, left shin rather. And finding a twist through your spine, opening through your shoulder. Also maybe stretching through your left quadricep. And again, noticing how much sensation you want to feel here. The further your left heel is away from your glute, the less intense it will be, and the closer you draw it in, the more intense that sensation is going to be in your left quadricep. And then maybe staying, looking back. Let's take one more breath here. And inhale, and release your foot, circle your right hand back down to the mat in front of you. And then exhale, step yourself back, downward facing dog. Left leg rises on an in breath. Cha-cha-bong. And exhale, open your hips, scorpion tail. Inhale, extend it long. And then exhale, draw your shoulders over your knees, shoulders over your wrists, and step your left hand to the outside. Move your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower your back knee down and untuck your toes. So again, option to stay here, lift it up in your lizard. Or if it's available, maybe bringing your forearms down toward the mat. And if that's too much, you can always grab a cushion, a couch cushion, anything like that, block or a book, and place your forearms down on that. I found sometimes if it's too narrow, then you can feel a little bit squashed. You can even put two books beside each other if you like, so you can find a little bit more broadness across your chest as well. And you can turn your left toes out as much as you like. And roll onto the outer edge of the foot. Maybe moving or embodying stillness. And taking a deep inhale through your nose. And a full release. And pressing yourself back onto your hands. Moving any props if you use them. As you inhale, circle your left arm forward and behind you, opening through your chest. And then exhale, you might stay here, or maybe bending your right foot, your right knee rather, and catching your right foot with your left hand. Still sinking through your hips. And exploring how much sensation you want to feel in your left quad. It could even be a pulsing sensation. Last breath here. And let's gently release the left foot. Inhale to circle your left arm up and over to the top of your mat. And as you exhale, pick up your back knee and then step forward into a malasana. So if you notice that your heels are lifting quite a lot, you can always roll up your mat and come to place your heels onto your mat. You can also do the same with a blanket or a towel. Make sure to press into the outer edges of your foot here. And take your right hand in front of your right foot. And as you inhale, stretch your left arm up toward the sky. Notice if your left knee collapses in, keep opening. And exhale, place your left hand in front of your left toes. And inhale, release the right arm up to the sky. Gaze up. And exhale, right hand lowers. Left arm lifts, breathing. Lower, breathe out. Last one. Bringing your hands to heart center for a moment and closing your eyes. Keeping lifted through your chest as your hips sink toward the earth. Taking one more breath like this. Open your eyes and place your hands onto the floor and slowly start to stretch your legs. You can toe heel your feet together, hip width apart. And as you breathe in, find a halfway lift, lengthening your spine. And breathe out, diving forward. Inhale, stretching up tall, palms connect. And hands through heart center. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen your arms. Look up. And bowing forward. Breathe out. Offer your heart as you breathe in. Long spine. And then ground your hands, step back, downward facing dog as you exhale. And inhale, right leg stretches up behind you. And then as you exhale, drawing your shoulders over your wrists, place your right knee down behind your right wrist for a half pigeon. So your right knee is toward the outer edge of your mat rather than pointing straight ahead. You can tuck your back toes and walk your back knee further back. Flex your right foot, hip bones face forward. Breathe in, grow tall. And then breathing out, sinking into your half pigeon. And if you have a cushion or a pillow, you might place that underneath your right hip. And you might come to your forearms Or maybe come to lay your chest all the way down. Using your breath to release into your right hip. Having a lot of hip openers today, so if that brings up some emotion, it's totally normal. Just observing, letting whatever is there be present. And if you're noticing you're holding on to something and you'd like to let something go, you can set the intention and do that with your exhalation. Breathing in, maybe sighing out, releasing, letting something go. Letting go of anything you're holding on to that you no longer need. And to walk your hands back in. And tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee, and gently stepping back, downward facing dog. And take a moment to pedal out through your feet. And then transitioning to the left side. The left toes stretch up to the sky. And then as you exhale, shoulders over wrists and your left knees landing behind your left hand this time. Again, toward the outer edge of your mat. And start to extend your right leg behind you by walking your toes further back. Flex your left foot. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale, start to bow down. Always an option here to come into a reclined figure four. If you want to find a little bit more ease, you might place a cushion underneath your left hip. Maybe noticing if you're holding any tension in your face. And just soften there. Maybe anywhere else in your body. Maybe your shoulders crowding your ears. And just soften and really melt down. Remembering every exhalation is an opportunity to let something go. And take a couple more breaths on this side. And take your time to press yourself up. Remove your prop if you use one. And then you can roll onto your left hip and swing your legs out in front of you. And cross your right leg over your left. And either stay here for a seated twist or bring your left heel in toward your right hip. Swivel around. And making sure that your right hip is still grounded. So if you notice you're off to one side, maybe place a blanket underneath you. And then you can place your right hand down behind your sacrum. And as you inhale, stretch your left arm long. And then exhale, turning toward your right knee. So you might hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. You could also hug it in. Breathing in to lengthen your spine. And breathing out to find a little bit of a deeper rotation. Using your right hand behind your sacrum to keep your spine long. And always twist with a long spine. Gently coming back through center. Start to wiggle your right foot so it's down beside your left hip. And both feet can be relaxed here. Knees are aligned. And then either staying here, this can already be quite intense in the hips, maybe starting to bow forward. Now if you want to, you might bring your left arm up overhead, bend at your elbow. And take your right hand out beside you, thumb down. And then start to bend your elbow, your right elbow. You can let your fingers come together. Maybe just grab your t-shirt or your top that you're wearing. The fingers don't touch. You might inhale and then exhale, bow. Otherwise, maybe keeping your hands down. A couple more breaths. Cow face pose. And your next inhalation brings you up. And then let's swap sides. You can just unhook your feet. It's time to step the sole of your left foot over your right leg. Right foot in toward your hip. And again, notice if your left hip is lifted. So either wiggling that down or placing a blanket underneath you to keep it grounded. Left hand to your sacrum. Inhale, right arm rises. And then exhale, hooking your right elbow around your left knee or hooking your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Let's deeply inhale. Create space in the spine. And then as you exhale, you're rinsing out, twisting. Notice if you're clinging on here. Still finding that sense of ease. Last breath here. Let's come back through center and transition into that cow face pose. So wiggling your foot or maybe using your hand. So coming to let your knees be stacked as much as possible as available for your hips. Bringing your right knee in. And then again, you could stay here lifted or start to fold forward. Or otherwise, maybe bending your right elbow behind you. Taking your left hand out this time, thumb down, bend the elbow, and wrapping it behind you. So either catching your fingertips, or again, you could catch your t-shirt. Taking a breath in, and a breath out to fold forward. Remembering the intention of this practice is to find ease. So if this doesn't feel easeful, maybe take a different option. One more full breath cycle. Inhale, lift yourself back up. And exhale, let's uncross the legs and send your legs out long. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. And breathe out, fold forward. Paschimottanasana. Hands might come to your legs, to the floor, maybe your feet. And take another inhale to extend your spine. And then exhale to fold. Bending your knees as much as you need to. Bowing into yourself. And gently inhale up again, very long through your spine. And then as you exhale, let's slowly roll our way down onto our backs. Coming to lay down. And taking a happy baby. Both legs this time, so catching the feet from the inside or the outside. And keep sending your tailbone down. You notice you're really lifting through your lower back. Bring your hands lower down. So it could be to the ankles, shins or your knees, finding what's available for you. Either staying still or rolling from side to side. Releasing your knees and toward your chest. Giving your lower back a little massage again. We're going to start to extend our legs long. And coming into a gentle inversion. If you have a wall available, taking legs up the wall can be really relaxing and restorative. You might be able to find a little bit more ease than if you're supporting your own legs. You could also bring a pillow underneath your hips. If you do have a wall, just shuffle your hips in toward the wall and extend your legs. You might place one hand over your belly and one hand over your heart. Breathing deeply. And calm your nervous system even more. This is a great pose to do whenever you need to find a sense of calm and ease. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. Or maybe whenever you feel ready, transitioning into your Shavasana. You might even stay with your legs up the wall for your Shavasana if you like. And allowing yourself to let your practice integrate. Fully rest into this easeful space. Letting yourself be just as you are. Right here, right now. Resting into stillness. I'm going to leave you with this quote by the poet and novelist Herman Hesse. Within you, there is a stillness and a sanctuary into which you can retreat at any time and be yourself. And sinking into that still sanctuary within yourself. welcome to stay here in your Shavasana. You can pause the video if you like, if you want a little bit more time. Or otherwise, slowly beginning to find depth with your breath. Inviting the breath to inhale into your belly. You're rolling your head from one side to the other. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. And if you like, taking a full body stretch, taking your arms overhead, pointing your toes. Fully inhaling. And exhale, releasing. And take your time to bring your knees toward your chest. And roll to your right side. And pausing here. And taking a moment to connect into a place of ease. A sanctuary inside yourself. That calm energy that you've created, calm state of being. And when you're ready, you can press yourself up to a seat, and keeping your eyes closed if possible. And when you get there, placing your hands in front of your heart space. Palms connected. And taking a moment to acknowledge yourself for taking the time out of your day or evening to practice yoga in your body, in the present moment. And we'll seal our practice with a final cleansing breath. Breathe in through your nose. And release out your mouth. And take another breath in here. And bow your head to your heart as you exhale. And honoring yourself, and the wisdom, and the teacher within you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your evening practice with me. I hope you're feeling a little bit more that sense of ease and calm. And have a lovely rest of your evening. Peace.